Let's dive deep into the incredible saga of Blue Origin's New Glenn rocket, a towering beast that's pushing the boundaries of space travel. Imagine a rocket as tall as 30-story buildings. Yeah, you heard that right, 30-story buildings, roaring to life with flames that light up the sky, only to gently touch down like a feather after its mission. From its humble beginnings in assembly halls to the heart-pounding success of its second flight. This is a tale of perseverance, innovation, and that sweet taste of victory. Stick around for the full story of New Glenn's birth. It is going to be an epic episode. Today we are talking about the majestic New Glenn, how it came to be, from its birth to touching down like a feather on its second flight attempt. It was an incredible sight. My name is Ernest, welcome back to the channel. Let's dive right in. Now let's rewind to where it all started. Back in 2012, deep in the quiet labs of Blue Origin, the space company founded by Jeff Bezos, engineers began sketching out plans for something revolutionary, an orbital-class rocket that could carry massive payloads to space and come back for more. By 2015, the world got a glimpse, and in September 2016, they unveiled the name New Glenn, a heartfelt note to John Glenn, the first American to orbit Earth in 1962. It was like naming a child after a hero, full of promise and aspiration. The vision was breathtaking, a heavy-lift rocket standing 98 meters tall, wider than a school bus at 7 meters across, capable of hurling 45 tons to low Earth orbit. That's like lifting 20 elephants into space. Yeah, 20 elephants into space, that is absolutely crazy. But turning dreams into reality meant rolling up sleeves and getting to work. Assembly kicked off in earnest around 2020 at Blue Origin's sprawling facility in Florida and Washington. Now picture a massive aluminium tanks being welded with precision, like crafting a giant silver sculpture. These weren't just any tanks, they used innovative autogrip designs, lightweight yet strong, with shared walls to save space and fuel. Workers in crisp white suits pieced together the first stage, calling it New Glenn Stage 1. Layer by layer, it was a symphony of machinery, cranes hoisted sections, robots applying perfect welds, and teams testing every stem. The second stage followed, sleek and yet powerful. By 2021, prototypes were taking shape, but this was no quick build. It was meticulous, like building a cathedral. Every detail mattered because lives and dreams would ride on it. Of course, no great adventure is without its dragons to slay. It was an incredible but yet very difficult to build. New Glenn's biggest feats, the engines, specifically the BE4 engines, the heart of the beast itself. These aren't your everyday motors, they run on liquid methane and oxygen. It produced enough thrust to shake the ground itself. 7 of these BE4 engines powered the first stage, generating a colossal 17,100 kilonewtons of force. Imagine the push of 1,000 race cars at full throttle, it is crazy. But developing the BE4 engines was like taming a wild storm. Earlier on, engineers hit a roadblock with turbo pump issues. Those penny marvels that pump fuel at insane speeds. There weren't explosions during tests, setbacks that sent teams back to the drawing board. Why methane, you might ask? It's cleaner, more efficient for reuse, but harder to handle than traditional fuel. Leaks, vibrations, and extreme temperatures turned simple tests into nail-biting ordeals. Blue Origin gradually approached testing step by step, meant progress was steady but slow, unlike the rapid-fire iterations of some rivals like SpaceX. Now the rocket itself brought its own trials. At such a massive scale, reusability was key. The first stage needed to survive the fiery plunge back to Earth, designing 6 hydraulic legs that could deploy flawlessly. If not, it would be a total failure. That's engineering poetry. But it required countless simulations and wind tunnel tests, wind shear, heat shield, even the aerodynamics of the wide body. Every element fought back. And don't forget the second stage BE3U engines, fueled by liquid hydrogen, which is notoriously tricky to store without boiling away. Yes, you heard that right, handling hydrogen is very difficult, as they always try to boil away the least chance that they get. It is very tricky to store and contain hydrogen. These challenges weren't just technical, they were emotional. Teams worked for long nights, fueled by coffee and conviction, knowing that one flaw could spell disaster. It was a beautiful dance of human ingenuity against the unforgiving laws of physics. Now you might wonder, Why did it take so damn long? New Glenn was supposed to debut in 2020, but here we are in 2025, celebrating its second flight. The answer lies in that pursuit of perfection. Engines war with BE4 engines delayed everything. Deliveries to partners like United Launch Alliance slipped from 2021 onwards, ripping through the timeline. Turbopump redesigns, supply chain hiccup during the pandemic, and rigorous safety checks added years. Yet step by step, Blue Origin did not give up on New Glenn. Furiously, they refused to rush the rocket, unlike some others who iterate through failures in the public like SpaceX. Blue Origin built in the shadows, tested until it was right. Regulatory hurdles, like the FAA's approval for launches from Cape Canaveral's Launch Complex 36, piled on. Also weather, mother of all nature, doesn't care about schedules. For the recent missions, solar storms and gusty winds scrapped attempts multiple times. But these delays weren't failures, they were investments. They ensured New Glenn wasn't just a rocket, it was a reliable workhorse, designed for up to 25 reuse per booster. In a world racing to the stars, patience became their secret weapon. Now fast forward to the recent payoff. New Glenn's maiden voyage lifted off on January 16, 2025. A flawless ascent carrying the Dark Side 1 payload to orbit. The world held its breath as the booster attempted to land on the ship Jacklyn, but it didn't quite stick it. A learning moment, yet the mission proved the rocket's might. Then came Flight 2 on November 13, 2025, a game changer. After weather delays from coronal mass ejections, New Glenn roared to life at 3:55 p.m. Eastern Time, carrying NASA's twin ESCAPADE probes to Mars. These little explorers, built by Rocket Lab, will dance around the red planet studying its magnetic shield and solar winds, unlocking secrets of how Mars lost its water. The land was poetry in motion, engines igniting in a blaze of glory. The rocket piercing the clouds, max Q hit, stage separation seamlessly, and the second stage fired its BE-3Us to send the probes on their way. But the real magic, the booster's return, nicknamed Never Tell Me the Alt. Yes, that is what the booster was called. Never Tell Me the Alt. It flipped, burned its engines mid-descent, and touched down softly on Jacklyn 9 minutes after liftoff. Tears erupted, as Blue Origin had nailed reusability on a heavy lift scale, joining the elite club. This wasn't just a launch, it was a statement. Affordable access to space, Mars insight, and a booster ready for round 2. Isn't that just stunning? What a journey, right? New Glenn is a complex but yet a very slick and beautiful rocket. From assembly halls echoing with wells to a booster kissing the ocean waves, New Glenn embodies the spirit of exploration. Challenges met with grace, delays turns into triumph. Blue Origin is proving that slow and steady can win the space race, opening doors to Moon, Mars, and beyond. After the beautiful, successful landing of Never Tell Me the Alt, the entire space community is waiting to hear more about this rocket and in hopes that she will take to the skies again. Thank you for staying with us to the end. If you enjoyed the video, kindly smash the like button, subscribe to the channel so that you do not miss any of our future updates. I drop 2 new videos each week. They are all bangers, and trust me, you do not want to miss any of them. Watch these videos right there. They are my previous uploads and it's a banger. And I will talk to all of y'all in the next episode. Thank you for staying with us.